Hi guys, it's Belle here and it is time for Junk Journal January 2025, prompt 13, hosted by the lovely Meg Journals. I'll leave the link to her channel down below. Go check it out if you haven't already. And today's prompt is opaque. I knew as soon as I saw this that there was only one thing I wanted to use. So my whole page was created around the idea of that. And yes, opaque basically means that you can't see through it. It's the opposite to translucent. You know it. So realistically, anything that you kind of use that you can't see through can be used for this prompt. But I specifically wanted to use one thing in particular, and we might be getting a little bit messy today, so we shall see. So when I was clearing out one of my many stashes of paper, I came across this, and I'm pretty sure this is Brusho crystals, but can you see it's got some orange and pink and all this blue and green and some white space, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's going to be absolutely amazing on one of my tags. It's going to look really good, and I do want some of that white space actually, so I'm going to do that. We'll probably cover up most of the white space, but we're going to have some. So that is that, and I may actually work off the tag itself. I've cut it to size. The only thing I need to do, let's go to the back page. The only thing I need to do is actually cut the tabs off. So I'm going to do that now, because then when I'm adding things, I will know what it looks like. And today is the story of Delilah Featherfeet. Actually, let's call her Delilah Feathertoes. Either way, there's a feather. Featherfeet. I like Featherfeet. Delilah Featherfeet. And it is the story of Delilah. And Delilah works at a circus. Let me introduce you to Delilah. Here is sweet little Delilah. And she works at a circus. We're going to add her wings so they can dry. And people come from miles around to this circus because there are many amazing acts, including little Delilah, who's only about 9 years old, but she can go so high on the trapeze and on the wire. And people are astounded how this little girl has so much courage and can do so many amazing things. But what they don't know is this is a very special circus. Now you can see Delilah's got wings. Obviously, the people who come to see this circus just assume that Delilah's wings are fake. In fact, they sell copies of them to the young children that come to the circus so they can all pretend and daydream that they are just like Delilah. But guys, what they don't realize is these feet, Delilah's wings, are not fake. This circus is run by members of the Fae, and they all have these amazing gifts. Now, obviously, people believe less and less. Here's the name of the circus. People believe less and less in the do you know what I want? I'm probably going to cover it up, but do you know what I want to bring in? I've got this little tool here. I think it's for like leather work, but I use it for other perforations. And I kind of want the ticket to have some perforations. Do you see that? It's probably easier to see on that side. So I want it to be perforated. And I'm wondering, I don't have a punch that punches tickets like the edge. It doesn't matter about that bit. So people come from all over to see this circus, and they don't realise that it's actually run by the Fae, who, because people don't believe in them as much anymore, they are finding other ways to be in our world. So Delilah is actually a little, well, not so little, but one of the flower spirits that we would normally see attached to a piece of land or something. But instead, Delilah has joined this circus. I'm feeling her parents are probably in it too. Do Fae have parents? I don't know, but other people that she knows are in it as well. And the piece, it's a bit sad because the area that her and her ancestors have lived in for a long, long time, sadly, that no longer exists. So these spirits, that's completely wonky. That doesn't look right at all. I guess we'll see when we put it on the tag base. These spirits, these Fae, have had to find somewhere else to kind of live. And it's often said that the way that the old gods and land spirits and Fae kind of exist in our world is because people believed in them. So unfortunately, with modern age, more and more people don't believe in them anymore. So instead, to get that kind of feeling of belief, I love this, handle with care with the hand, because I feel like, you know, you need to handle walking on a tightrope with care. Because more and more people don't believe in them, this is a great way for them to still get seen, so that they can still be thought of and they can still exist. So this whole circus is run by Fae. Yep, like that. And this side up. I just like that. I was going to put the other one on there, but we need a pop of red because we don't have any red. And this side up kind of makes me laugh. I don't want to cover up the circus bit. I think that's quite cute. Yeah, so they come and see them as they are do we want her standing on it? This side up. Yeah, I feel like I want her standing on it. But I wanted her standing more, maybe over to this side. And so this is how they exist now in our world. People come to view them. People really like seeing all these amazing tricks. And obviously people just think these wonderful creatures, that it is a costume. Do I want to put just a little bit of red on her? I don't know. Oh, also I wanted to add a mushroom. First of all, it's got the red, and secondly, you can't have the Fae without mushrooms. I mean, it's just not. That's how you know that they're around. Maybe down. Maybe we have it down here. That's how you know the Fae are around. You find little mushrooms and mushroom circles. That's what I was always told as a child anyway. Oh, and we've got this. This is Traveller, like Travelling Circus I'm going with. Where do I want that? Do I want it kind of to the side? Because we need that on there too. If we move this up just a smidge so it's not right down the bottom. So our wonderful Delilah Featherfoot. People come from all around to go, oh, wow, and see her amazing skills, not realizing that what they're actually watching is an actual flower fairy. I don't think we need this, but I kind of like the number. I'm liking that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually glue this stuff down, because then we need to get on with the opaque bit. Now, again, any of this is opaque because we can't see through it. So we can't see the colour through the collage that I'm creating. So that works for this as well. Oh, come on. I've just cleaned your nozzle. Thank you very much. And I can just imagine the sound of the circus. We don't want clowns at this circus because they're creepy. So I don't want that. So I can just imagine the sounds of the circus. Do, 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 do. Although that is clown music, isn't it? And all the little girls and boys running around with Delilah's wings on, all excited, and all the parents going, don't you dare climb up on that. Leave my washing line alone when they get home. Because the kid's like, but Mum, I'm just being like Delilah. And all the parents are like, Obviously, the circus is going to have to say, don't try this at home, children. Delilah has been trained since birth. This is, since before she could walk, she was climbing. Again, the kids don't realise that actually Delilah's never really going to fall because she has her wings. Obviously, she can't use them in front of people, but that gives her feeling of safety. I think I'm going to stitch along here. And I actually stitched along both sides. So I stitched here and then down here. I just like the way that looks. And I'm sure there's all sorts of different land spirits, like the strongmen are probably stone fae who are so strong and built, you know, like trolls and things. But obviously they can't say who they are. Oh, isn't she beautiful? So now what I want to do is I want to come in with, I've got this star stencil. Don't know where it came from. I've had it a very, very long time. It's, as you can see, I've not been a good stencil mum. But that's okay. And I want to bring in some stars here. And I want to use the Ranger Distress Grit Paste Opaque. Can you see where I'm going? Yeah. It's in the white. I was thinking about the black. Could I bring in the black? I do have it. No, we're going to use the white. This is starting to dry, this one. Thankfully, I have another one. But I am going to use it all. Until then, I'm just softening it a little bit to make it easier to use through my stencil. I've been quite lucky. One of my grit pastes was open for 1.5 years. And actually, it never dried out before I finished using it. So that was quite lucky. But we're going to add some stars on here because she is a star of the circus. One of their draws. You know, all the children want to come and see Delilah. And then they're all overexcited. And they want wings just like her. But obviously, as I said, Delilah's wings are real. So even though it's a bit of a sad story because they're having to travel and interact with humanity a different way because a lot of them, their environment, rather like animals in today's nature world, has disappeared. And people's belief has just died off too, you know. Because of that, they've now formed this travelling circus. But it also means that they have this family kind of feel amongst them. And they just have a lot of fun. Right, now when I'm working with stencil, I like to bring it up slowly. Oh, I love that. We love it. And again, you can't see through the stars because they will be opaque because I'm using opaque texture paste. And that's going to, she's going to cover up. We could have the travelling bit sticking out the bottom, but then the tag won't sit. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. We'll just have her covering one of the stars, that's okay. So maybe we could put some stars here too, just in this little space. Just, flattened one of the stars. And then what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking of putting embossing paste on it, because I know you can do that with texture paste and I've never done it before. And I was thinking of bringing in, my gosh, this is really getting dry. I mean, I could possibly add some water. I don't know if that will be a bit weird with the formula. But I am going to use this. So that just means I need to stencil a lot of stuff. I have a brand new one, like I said, because I never like running out of my texture paste. And this stencil really needs to go and get washed. Now, some of those stars are a bit thingy there, but that's okay because this will actually go over them. We'll have Delilah here. So we'll still see some of those stars and some of that pink. Okay, so what I would like to do, as I said, is I would like to add some embossing powder and hope that this actually, there's my sheet, that this actually dries. And I'm bringing in this weird pink one again that I used in one of the other days. What day did I use it in? I can't remember. But I want it on there. Little pink stars for little Delilah. And also, we can't talk about the Fae and not have a bit of sparkle. Although I'm telling you now, the Irish Fae would look at me, or the good people, the good neighbours. They don't like being called Fae in Ireland. The she, they don't sparkle. They are not your traditional fairies or spirits. I was not raised on cute little flower fairies when I was raised in Ireland. I'll tell you that for nothing. So there we have some sparkle. Can you see the sparkle? I don't know if it's sparkling. Now I need to let that dry onto the texture paste so that we can then add this and emboss it. Oh my goodness. And then I need to find a word. So I'm going to leave this to dry and I'll come back and share with you how it looks once it is dry. Okay, so that dried and then I was able to emboss it. Now it hasn't left as much as a sparkle as I would have liked, but the pink has stuck to it. I have to say, I was really anxious at first, and I just want to tell you guys so that if you do this and you have the same thing, not to worry. So I was really anxious because when I was then heating it, the whole thing bubbled up because obviously it's texture paste, and I thought, oh my goodness, I've ruined it, it's all bubbled, it's rising, what am I going to do? And then as I moved the heat tool away, it went down and the star was embossed. So if you are going to do this technique where you use texture paste, then you leave embossing powder on top, leave it to dry naturally, then use your heat tool. Don't be scared when it starts bubbling up and looks horrific because it does flatten, I can assure you. Now I'm wondering, I'm going to decide once we put all this on and have a look, I'm wondering if I want to go around the stars in black. I am wondering about that, but I don't think I want to. I mean, there's one hidden under here, so let's kind of look at what I think. No, it wouldn't be perfect. I could go around the outside of them. I could do that. But I don't think I want to. I think I really like it as it is. Do you know what? Yeah. Normally I would. No, I'm not going to. Let's glue this all down. Actually, what I want to do first is I want to glue the page into my journal. That's what I want to do first because it was a bit wonky, the cut. And actually I've just noticed that one's all wonkified too. Like that's not straight either. So I think I might try and do that now. That's okay, sometimes that happens. It's probably where I've cut another one and then they've gone a bit wrong. But on the positive, I've seen that now. Okay, so we're going to fit this on here, and if there is any overlap, I can just trim. Oh, it's so pretty. So yes, my idea for the prompt opaque was using my opaque texture paste, which I love. It's one of my favorite products. Texture paste in general is one of my favorite products. My favorite is the Crypt Grit paste, but my second favorite is the opaque paste in the white. I do also love it in the black, but I think the white is more versatile because you can add color to it and you can emboss on it. And I'm so glad I tried this. I've never embossed onto texture paste before, ever. And I'm just so glad that I've tried that now. So, yeah, let's do that. Now, this does need a bit of trimming, so that's okay. We're going to come in and trim that bit. But it doesn't really need any trimming there. We can see part of the brown bag. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Oh no, what have I done to that one? Stay. It's all a bit cattywampus, or whatever the word is. It's all a bit higgledy-piggledy. But that is where inking comes in. Very, very handy, because I can just ink that and that, and then suddenly it doesn't look too bad. Yeah. And this piece of paper had a rip and tear in it as well, so it's wonderful getting to use something that was a bit ripped and torn, but actually fits brilliantly. Tell you what, this concertina, it's great, but it's also fun trying to get it all going the right way. It doesn't actually matter, it can go either way, but one way it folds easier than the other way. Let's put my scissors away. So let's now glue our little collage ticket piece, and Delilah Featherfoot will be able to go on here. Little Delilah. I can just imagine it, can't you? Oh, did you hear that jingle? That was one of my cats. That was her with her little bell. Kind of fits perfectly into the circus theme, don't you think? Oh, dear me. Seriously. That's the ringing of the bells at the circus. Come on, Delilah. Let's go. And we're going to stand on here. Oh, my goodness. This is just so sweet. I really just love it. I actually do. I'm wondering about putting her on with some foam tape, only because there's parts of her that are on the stars and I don't know about that, but if we put her on foam tape, she won't look like she's actually standing on here. But then that also kind of works, because that's part of the illusion, if you get my meaning. It's part of the illusion for the I'm just getting my foam tape, for the spectators, that they don't realise that Delilah is actually not standing on the rope. Yep, it'll work. It works in my head, and that's what matters. So we're gonna just put some tape on the beautiful Delilah. She's making children happy, which makes her happy. And they're traveling around with all these different beautiful, maybe some not so beautiful, fae that are traveling around in their circus, bringing joy to all of the different children and people who are just amazed by all their different tricks and just don't understand how people are able to do it. And obviously we're not going to tell the secret, are we, guys? We're going to keep their secret for them so that they can just be safe and everyone else can just enjoy them. So yes, if someone tells you that they've gone to a circus where they've seen the most amazing little girl who's up on the high wire and doesn't miss a beat and has the most beautiful butterfly wings, you're going to say, oh, wow, really? You're not going to say, oh, I know all about Delilah Featherfeet. And did you know she's actually... No, we're not going to tell their secret. It's just between me and you guys. That's it. I'm wondering if she needs a sparkly star in her hair. That's what I'm wondering. Or something pretty in her hair. I really should have slow stitched her. I think she would have looked beautiful with a slow stitch skirt. But then I also think there's a lot of colour in the background. And I kind of like her being more muted. I have to clean all this off my table. And she's got her beautiful muted green wings. Oh, just look how happy she is as well. She's so happy. Let me have a look in my little tub of randoms and see if there's something. Like, I would have preferred a bow, but I don't have a bow. I may have a heart, but we could have another star. Could add a star somewhere else. I don't know if I've got stars in other colours. I've got this beautiful purple one. It's a bit big. Oh, I've got this beautiful blue one. Would it be good to add a blue star? No, that's too much. It's too much, Belle. Back away. Back away. I really need to sort this out a bit better realistically. I've got this little white and pink. It's like a cabochon. Also got it in green. Oh my goodness, where did that go to? I need to find that before my cat does. Let's see if that would go in her hair. Does that look a bit weird if I add it? Does it? I really like it because I think it picks up the flowers. Not the flowers, the stars behind. I'm just thinking, I've got quite a few of them actually. In larger sizes as well. Come on. They're so fiddly that it's annoying. So fiddly. Because I was thinking of having little buttons down her dress. It would let me find the smaller ones and see what they look like. Okay, so I found a couple of others and I don't know, what do we think? I like the fact that these little cabochons, you might not be able to see very clearly, but they're pink and green. So they pick up her wings as well as the stars. And if I add them to the dress like that, it kind of gives me, you know, like a clown feel. And we are talking about a circus, even if she is not a clown. I think I'm going to go for it. My main problem with adding them is... it's going to make this page very bulky. We've already got 3D tape on here. These are just a nightmare. I need my other tweezers, but I still haven't found them. I really don't know where they've gone to. These tweezers are just not very good. These are more my picking things up with glue on tweezers. This will dry clear, so that's good. So yeah, it's going to make it a little bit bulkier with the 3D foam and then these cabochons, which are actually, I'm trying to get it up so you can see, but they are actually quite dimensional. Do you see that? You can see the colour better there too. But I kind of love the effect that they give. They're still muted, but they do give that kind of, oh, she's got like a little... I don't know why it's saying clown to me, but it is. So I'm not quite sure what that is. They often have little buttons and things, don't they? And I just like it. I just think that finishes it off. And then the last thing we need is, firstly, We need the prompt. Don't worry, I wasn't going to forget. Actually, I almost did. I went for something else and then I saw the prompt in front of me. I'm so glad I now have them attached to my little pen and tool pot in front of me, because otherwise, you know, it's easy to forget these things when you are in the process. I need to add opaque somewhere. Going around this in black. They need to dry anyway. Oh, I just kind of love Delilah. Don't we love her? No? Yes? How do you guys feel? I kind of love her. Could add that right there. I mean, it would look better if it was straighter, wouldn't it? See, I wouldn't mind putting it there, but I do want to add a word. Do you know what? Let's just put it there. Let's trim it even finer. I think that'll help. So, yeah, let's put it there. So, there you go. I mean, opaque literally means you can't see through. You can't see through the texture paste. You can't even see the white on the texture paste now that I've actually added the pink on there. You can't see any of the colour through this bit, but really that's pushing it. It was basically the fact that I wanted to use the texture paste, which we know I love. And now we need a word. We need a word. So, dreamer of dreams, dwelling possibility. Best day ever. Love that one. This is my happy place. I kind of love Finders Keepers, Dreamer of Dreams, Free to Fly. Oh, we've got to have that one, don't we? Because she's part of this circus, she's actually free to fly and to be herself. You know, she's actually able to still be her wonderful fairy self whilst and she is brave. Well, she isn't brave. Well, she is still brave, but rise above. I kind of love that. Shine brightly. Oh, I love that too. We could have that one in here and one down there, so we can have shine brightly. Okay. Because the wonderful Delilah Featherfoot is able to shine brightly every night in the spotlight. She's found her safe space. She's found her audience. She loves seeing the children who are all dressed in replica wings, just like her own. And yeah, I love this page. I really do. Let me bring it up a little bit so you can kind of see the colours on her. And I wish that pink was showing up better. Look at her happy face. She's just so happy. Yeah. Love this page. So that is prompt 13, and that's why I wanted to keep this one quite plain and neutral, because we have a lot of color kind of mainly here on this one. Let me bring you up a bit. We have a lot of color here with the pinks and everything, and I feel like this helps break it up. Otherwise, for me, it might be too much. So I like a bit of neutral mixed in with brighter colors. You know what I mean? Oh, it's just looking so... This makes me so happy. One of the pages doesn't, but we will deal with that. This makes me so happy. So I really hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you enjoyed hearing all about Delilah and her journey. And yes, like I said, don't forget, if anyone mentions a beautiful little girl who is up on the high wire and wears beautiful shimmery wings that really seem to be almost too realistic, don't tell them that you and I both know that they are real. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share, subscribe, and comment. I deeply appreciate it, and it helps my little channel grow. And I'll be back again soon. Until next time, guys, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots and lots of creative fun. Bye for now.